Hello gamers! Welcome to the second part of our series dedicated to the most exciting releases for mobile devices in 2025. This year promises to be unforgettable, with titles that bring action, epic stories, and immersive experiences right to the palm of your hand. Get ready to discover incredible worlds with games like Suikoden Star Leap, relive tactical strategy in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Mobile, and dive into intense combat with Delta Force. Plus, we can't forget urban fantasy fans with Ananta and shooter fans with The Division Resurgence. So adjust your screens, because the future of mobile gaming is here. Don't forget to subscribe, like us, and turn on the little bell to stay up to date with all the news. Let's get started. First, Suikoden Star Leap is a role-playing video game, RPG, developed by Mithril and published by Konami. This title marks the return of the iconic Suikoden saga, adapted exclusively for mobile devices. It is scheduled for release in 2025 and will be available on iOS and Android as a free-to-play game with microtransactions. Story and setting. The plot is set in the year SY 453, between the events of Suikoden V and Suikoden I. The protagonist, Ho, son of the chief of a coastal village near the Scarlet Moon Empire, returns from his first successful hunt. However, his village is attacked, altering his destiny forever. Together with his companions Hijui, Shiren, and Shapur, Ho sets out on an adventure to restore peace to his land. The story revolves around the Rune of Change, one of the 27 true runes that allows time travel, connecting past and future events of the saga. Gameplay and features. Character recruitment. Following the tradition of the series, the game features 108 Stars of Destiny, each with unique stories and abilities. Art style. Combines pixel art graphics with polygonal scenarios, evoking the aesthetics of the first titles in the saga. Headquarters system. Players can rebuild and expand the protagonist's home village, unlocking new features and upgrading resources. Gameplay mechanics. Includes temporary events and gacha mechanics for obtaining characters and resources, balancing the classic Suikoden experience with the current expectations of mobile gamers. Visual style and sound. The game maintains the visual essence of the saga with enhanced pixel art graphics and 3D scenarios. In addition, it includes a soundtrack that complements the epic atmosphere of the game. Platforms and release date. Release date, year 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms, iOS and Android. Second, Paws is an action-adventure video game developed by YSNet, the studio led by Yu Suzuki, creator of iconic titles such as Shenmue and Virtua Fighter. This game will be published by Netflix Games and will be available exclusively for iOS and Android mobile devices. It is scheduled for release in 2025. Story and setting. The plot follows a young protagonist, accompanied by her robotic companions known as buddy robots, on her mission to conquer a mysterious tower that emerges every century. This tower is full of challenges, enemies, and rewards, and its exploration is key to unraveling the secrets it holds. The game combines an anime aesthetic with elements of strategy and action, offering a visually appealing and narratively immersive experience. Gameplay and features. Strategic exploration. Players must master skills and upgrade their robotic companions to face increasingly powerful enemies. Art style. Features anime-inspired graphics with detailed environments and vibrant characters. Combat mechanics. Includes a dynamic combat system that allows you to customize and optimize the skills of the buddy robots. Episodic narrative. The story unfolds in chapters, offering progressive content that keeps players immersed. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines an anime aesthetic with modern graphics, while the soundtrack complements the epic atmosphere of the game. The sound effects and voices are also designed to enrich the immersive experience. Platforms and release date. Release date, year 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms, iOS and Android. Third Game of Thrones. Kingsroad is an action role-playing video game developed by Netmarble Neo and based on the Game of Thrones universe. This title combines open-world elements with a rich narrative and is available on PC, iOS, and Android. While its PC version was released in early access on March 26, 2025, the mobile versions are still in development and do not have a specific date confirmed for 2025. Story and setting. The plot is set during the events of the fourth season of the Game of Thrones series. Players assume the role of a warrior or warrioress of House Tyre, created exclusively for the game. This approach allows you to explore Westeros from a unique perspective, interacting with iconic characters such as Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, and Jaime Lannister, while making decisions that affect the fate of the kingdom. Gameplay and features. Open world. Players can explore iconic Westeros locations, such as the Wall, King's Landing, and Meereen. Combat system. Dynamic combat that combines melee skills and magic, adapted to the player's decisions. Branching narrative. The player's choices influence the development of the story and relationships with secondary characters. Customization. Players can customize their character and equipment, adapting it to their play style. Visual style and sound. The game features detailed graphics that recreate the epic atmosphere of Westeros, along with a soundtrack inspired by the music of the series. The voices are available in English, while the texts are translated into several languages, including Spanish. Platforms and release date. Release date, March 26, 2025. Early access PC version. Platforms, PC, iOS, and Android. Mobile versions have no confirmed date yet. Fourth, Need for Speed Mobile, also known as Need for Speed. Assemble in China is a racing video game developed by Timmy Studio Group, a subsidiary of Tencent, and published by Electronic Arts. This title adapts the classic Need for Speed experience to mobile devices, offering an open world and exciting races. It is scheduled for global release in 2025 and will be available on iOS and Android. Story and setting. The game is set in Heat Bay, a fictional city inspired by Palm City from Need for Speed Heat. This environment combines urban elements with natural areas, such as deserts and waterfalls, creating a visually diverse experience. Although it does not have a deep narrative, the focus is on illegal racing and vehicle customization. Gameplay and features. Open world. Players can freely explore Heat Bay, participating in events such as balloon challenges and collecting activities. Multiplayer racing offers a competitive online mode where players can battle it out in real time. Vehicle customization includes a detailed system for modifying the appearance and performance of cars. Licensed vehicles presents a wide range of cars of recognized brands, such as Lamborghini, McLaren, and BMW. Graphics engine. Developed in Unreal Engine 4, the game offers high-quality graphics adapted to mobile devices. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines a futuristic style with realistic elements, while the soundtrack includes electronic music and sound effects that complement the racing atmosphere. Platforms and release date. Release date, 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms, iOS and Android. Fifth, Ananta, formerly known as Project Mugen, is an ambitious open-world action role-playing video game developed by Naked Rain, a NetEase game studio, and produced in collaboration with NetEase Montreal. This title combines elements of urban fantasy, science fiction, and anime aesthetics, offering an immersive and dynamic experience. It is scheduled for release in 2025 and will be available on PC, PS5, iOS, and Android as a free-to-play game with microtransactions. Story and setting. Ananta's plot takes place in a mystical urban world, where cities are teeming with life, pedestrians, enemies, and interactive elements. Players assume the role of a protagonist who seeks to recover lost memories, while facing a mysterious threat that endangers the balance of the world. Each city is designed with inspiration from Japanese, European, and American architectural styles, offering visual and cultural diversity. The game introduces a deep and branching narrative, where the player's decisions affect the development of the story and relationships with secondary characters. In addition, the protagonist interacts with a cast of unique characters, each with their own stories and abilities, enriching the narrative experience. Gameplay and features. Free and dynamic exploration. Players can roam the cities using skills such as parkour, climbing, driving vehicles, and balancing between skyscrapers, similar to Spider-Man. These mechanics allow for fluid and exciting exploration. Combat system includes dynamic battles against bosses and enemies, with unique abilities for each character. Players can form a team of up to 4 characters, each with specific stats and skills that complement each other. Procedural open world. Cities are generated by combining pre-designed areas, such as beaches, parks, and factories, offering a varied and richly detailed experience. In addition, the game features day and night cycles that affect gameplay and atmosphere. Interaction with the environment. Players can collect items, interact with NPCs, and participate in secondary activities, such as mini-games and challenges. Game modes includes options to play solo or multiplayer, adapting to different play styles. Visual style and sound. Ananta's visual design uses cel-shaded graphics, creating a vibrant and detailed anime aesthetic. Each city is carefully designed to reflect its cultural inspiration, from Japanese-style skyscrapers to European-inspired cobblestone streets. The soundtrack combines orchestral music with electronic elements, complementing the atmosphere of the game and immersing players in its world. Platforms and release date. Release date, 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms, PC, PS5, iOS, and Android. Sixth, Valorant Mobile is the adaptation for mobile devices of the popular tactical first-person shooter developed by Riot Games. This title seeks to bring the competitive experience of Valorant to mobile platforms, maintaining its strategic and dynamic essence. Its global release is scheduled for 2025, with public beta testing already underway in some regions. Story and setting. While Valorant Mobile has no central narrative, it takes place in a futuristic world where players assume the role of agents with unique abilities. Each agent has their own story and motivations, adding depth to the game's universe. Gameplay and features. Game modes includes classic Valorant modes such as Plant the Spike and Defuse the Spike, adapted for shorter sessions on mobile devices. Agents and skills. Players can choose from a variety of agents, each with unique abilities that complement different play styles. Some confirmed agents include Jet, Phoenix, Sage, Viper, and Sova. Maps. Iconic maps from the PC version, such as Bind, Haven, Split, and Ascent, will be available, optimized for touch screens. Adapted controls. The game features intuitive touch controls and customization options to enhance the experience on mobile devices. Competitiveness maintains the focus on teamwork and strategy, with a ranking system similar to the PC version. Visual style and sound. The visual design retains Valorant's vibrant and futuristic style, with graphics optimized for mobile devices. The soundtrack and sound effects are designed to maintain intensity and immersion during gameplay. Platforms and release date. Release date 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms: iOS and Android. 7th, Delta Force. Hawk Ops is a first-person shooter FPS video game developed by Timmy Studio Group and published by Level Infinite. This title seeks to revive the iconic Delta Force franchise, adapting it to modern platforms with a focus on tactical action and military realism. Scheduled for release in 2025, it will be available on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, iOS, and Android. Story and setting. The game features a narrative inspired by the events of the film Black Hawk Down, offering a single-player campaign that immerses players in high-stakes military operations. The scenarios are designed to reflect modern conflicts, with a focus on real-time strategy and decision-making. In addition to the campaign Delta Force, Hawk Ops includes a multiplayer mode that expands the experience with large-scale battles, tactical engagements, and cooperative modes. Players can choose from different roles within their team, such as sniper, medic, or engineer, each with unique abilities that contribute to mission success. Gameplay and features. Narrative campaign. Inspired by Black Hawk Down, the campaign offers a cinematic experience with intense and challenging missions. Massive multiplayer. Includes PvP, player versus player, and PvE, player versus environment modes, with maps designed for large-scale battles. Character and weapon customization. Players can customize their equipment and arsenal, adapting it to their play style. Tactical realism. The game emphasizes strategy and team coordination, with mechanics that simulate realistic combat situations. Advanced graphics. Developed in Unreal Engine 5, the game offers high-quality graphics and impressive visual effects. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines realism with cinematic details, recreating modern combat scenarios with precision. The soundtrack and sound effects are designed to immerse players in the intensity of the missions, complementing the atmosphere of the game. Platforms and release date. Release date 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms: PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, iOS, and Android. 8th, The Division Resurgence is a third-person shooter and role-playing video game developed by Ubisoft, designed specifically for mobile devices. This title adapts the AAA experience of the Division franchise to a portable format, offering an urban open world and a completely new narrative. It is scheduled for release in 2025 and will be available on iOS and Android. Story and setting. The plot of The Division Resurgence is set in New York City, in a world devastated by a pandemic. Players assume the role of agents of the Strategic Homeland Division, SHD, tasked with restoring order and protecting civilians. This game offers a unique perspective on the events of The Division and The Division 2, with a narrative that connects new players and veterans of the series. Gameplay and features. Urban open world. Players can freely explore New York City, facing enemies, and completing missions alone or in cooperative mode. PvPv modes includes the infamous Dark Zone, where players can take on powerful enemies and compete for high-level rewards while dealing with the threat of other players. Character customization. Players can choose their specialization, unlock unique abilities, and customize their equipment to suit their play style. Looting and upgrading. The game offers a looting, crafting, and equipment modification system, allowing players to upgrade their weapons and skills. Adaptive controls. The interface and controls have been optimized to ensure a smooth experience on mobile devices. Visual style and sound. The visual design combines detailed graphics with an immersive atmosphere that recreates the devastation of New York. The soundtrack and sound effects complement the intensity of the missions and exploration. Platforms and release date. Release date 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms iOS and Android.
And they're not alone.
9th. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Mobile is the mobile adaptation of the popular tactical first-person shooter developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. This title seeks to bring the strategic and competitive experience of Rainbow Six Siege to the palm of your hand, offering intense gameplay designed specifically for mobile devices. It is scheduled for release in 2025 and will be available on iOS and Android as a free-to-play game. Story and setting. While the game has no central narrative, it is based on the Rainbow Six universe, where players assume the role of agents specializing in tactical operations. Each agent has unique abilities that adapt to different play styles, encouraging strategy and teamwork. Gameplay and features. Classic game modes includes attack versus defense mode, where teams of 5 players compete in intense tactical confrontations. Specialized agents. Players can choose from a roster of iconic agents, such as Dakibi, Sledge, Thermite, Smoke, and Twitch, each with unique abilities and gadgets. Destructible environments. Maps are designed to allow for strategic destruction of walls, ceilings, and other elements, adding tactical depth to gameplay. Adapted maps. Classic Rainbow Six Siege scenarios, such as banks and biker clubs, have been optimized for the mobile experience. Customizable controls. The game offers options to adjust the touch controls, adapting them to the style of play of each user. Competitiveness maintains a focus on strategy and team coordination, with a ranking system that encourages competition. Visual style and sound. The visual design retains the realistic and detailed style of Rainbow Six Siege, with graphics optimized for mobile devices. The soundtrack and sound effects are designed to maintain intensity and immersion during gameplay. Platforms and release date. Release date 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms iOS and Android. 10th. Persona 5. The Phantom X is a turn-based role-playing video game developed by Black Wings Game Studio and published by Perfect World Games, under license from Sega and with the supervision of Atlus. This title is a spin-off of the acclaimed Persona series, set in a parallel universe to Persona 5. It is scheduled for global release in 2025 and will be available on iOS, Android, and PC as a free-to-play game with microtransactions. Story and setting. The plot takes place in an alternate Tokyo, where players assume the role of a new protagonist, a high school student who discovers his ability to summon personas. The narrative explores themes of desire and self-realization, as the protagonist and his group, the new Phantom Thieves, face enemies in an alternate metaverse. This parallel world is filled with dungeons known as palaces, which represent people's distorted desires. The game introduces a completely new cast of characters, while maintaining the essence and narrative style of Persona 5. In addition, players will interact with iconic characters from the saga, connecting the spin-off with the main universe. Gameplay and features. Turn-based combat maintains the strategic system of Persona 5, where players use their persona's abilities to exploit enemies' weaknesses. Dual exploration. Players alternate between daily life in Tokyo, attending classes and participating in social activities, and exploring the metaverse. facing enemies and solving challenges. Recruiting and fusing personas. Players can collect, fuse, and upgrade personas to create more powerful allies. Gacha Elements incorporates mobile game mechanics, such as raffles, to obtain new personas and resources. New Characters introduces an original cast of characters, each with unique abilities and narrative arcs that enrich the experience. Visual style and sound. The visual design retains the vibrant, stylized aesthetic of Persona 5, with graphics optimized for mobile devices and PC. Character designs are by Shigenori Soejima, the series' lead illustrator. The soundtrack includes new compositions that complement the game's atmosphere, while maintaining the franchise's signature musical style. Platforms and release date. Release date, 2025. No specific date confirmed. Platforms, iOS, Android, and PC.